Any anything more on your list there?
I'm about halfway through.
Oh, all right.
Uh, for 7 years, I operated a corn picker for Ore-Ida Foods. The last 2 months or so of the summer, which virtually financed my college years.
Okay.
Uncle Clarence worked for Ore-Ida Foods, got me the job. The last 2 years, Blaine joined me and I took the night shift while he took days.
Wow.
One of the most significant things that happened to my life was I met Bob Dalby. This happened as my second year of schooling began. He was looking for a study partner, and luckily he chose me. Because his association had such an impact on my life. He had 2 children that he had custody of. That was not very often done, and back in those days when the male, unmarried male got custody of children from a married partner. But he was the great manipulator, and he worked the courts around until he had achieved that. And he was able to do incredible things all the time. His impact on me was greater than I realized, because in writing this up, well, see, he had custody of 2 kids, so he didn't have to worry about being drafted. But he could see a little further into my future. And so he had scheduled me to take the LSAT exam. That had to be done in the spring. And after I graduated college, he had me in that exam, and I took it not knowing why. Well, when the draft board called, he said, tell them, sorry, you're on your way to school. And so he had me sign up in law school for those 3 years that took me out of the eligibility for the draft.
Oh, otherwise you would have been undoubtedly.
I would have been gone, and that wouldn't have been good for me. Wow. I wasn't the
So
kind
where
of...
did you meet him? You met him running one of those harvesters?
No, I met him at BYU.
Oh, okay.
He picked me out of that second year of schooling. He latched onto me and he said, I need a study partner. Let's get something going here. Well, he was a great blessing to my life, because that's just one example of how he impacted what did happen to me personally. Because I wouldn't have been in law school. I wouldn't who knows
So-
where I would have
So
landed.
he was the one that really made your career defined, didn't he?
Made my career defined, no doubt about it.
Wow.
No doubt about it. And we'll probably find other similarities as we go along through this. So when my draft board called, I said, sorry, I've got to go to law school. Call me in 3 years. And what a blessing that was in my life. Hate to be cheating my country, but it was, I think, an incredible blessing in my life.
By the
The
time
interesting
the
thing-
draft board got to Rex, they were determined to take one of the Saunders boys. But because in my age, there were so many of my schoolmates in high school that just chose to join, that the draft board filled their requirement without doing any drafting. So I was
Wow.
able to go to school and I was never called up on the draft because they had already filled their quota. By the time Rex was there, they did draft him, but then when he went for the physical, the doctor asked if there were any problems, and he said that his arm, he couldn't straighten his right arm. And so Rex shares that whole elbow story in the history of the family farm that everyone can go and listen to or watch. I mean,
For sure. Wow.
anyway, it's quite a history, it is remarkable that none of us were drafted. Now, Wayne was drafted, Uncle Clarence's boy, but he's the only one of 14 boys that was asked to serve, because the rest of us, as long as we weren't called up, we went to school. So it's not like we were not willing to serve, but we were allowed to finish our college.
Fascinating part of the family history. Wayne was such a powerful person. He endured it well. Wow.
He did a wonderful job of missionary work as he served. Well, I'm going to stop at this point.